And for the Bulls, they've got Bobby Portis, and it's Payton in at the point. Portis outside, pass to Parrish. Here's Petrovic. Over Doncic. And the shot is good. Dropping it off the front of the rim.
And hitting from the mid-range here and early. I mean, really give the defense just another thing to worry about.
They're basically saying you're going to have to guard us at every point on the floor tonight if you're going to have any chance.
Here's Pippen. Here's Petrovic. Another shot. Parrish, no good. From deep, Rose drains the triple.
A shooter of Rose's skill is just automatic. I mean, he's ready to strike at a moment's notice.
About a minute played here so far in the first. Doris, you talk about a guy who forces you to play at his pace. That's Luka Doncic.
Oh, my goodness, B.A., there's no question. He's got tremendous patience. He's in complete command of the tempo of the game. But maybe my favorite aspect is how he manipulates the game to get defenders off balance.
Edwards, a pass to Rose. And count that. 2 points and a chance for one more at the line.
There is a persistence and a willingness to seek contact and still finish by Derrick Rose. Nicely done.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. And here's Payton. Portis outside. About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Pass to Payton. Shot clock at 5. Over Rose. And once again, off the mark by Chicago.
He's got a great defensive mind. He gets good position and affects the release.
And he did it without fouling, and that's become an art. Changing shots without making contact. Boy, in that close, he's almost automatic. Boy, that's a pretty good defense. Wow.
Payton finds Portis. Here's Parrish, guarded by Durant. Takes a 13-footer. And once again, off the mark by Chicago.
Listen, offensively, they're very comfortable with him taking that shot. It's a good look under very little pressure. He just can't convert.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
And so here is Chicago. They trail by 6. Timeout called here.
Timeout.
Chicago decides to talk it over.
That's a good timeout. They just can't get anything.
Sometimes it just feels like misses become contagious. He wants to settle his guys down right now.
Parker, he's checked in for Pippen. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Portis, the pass to Parrish. Pass to Petrovic to stop the run. Offensive board. Robinson with a steal. Here's Edwards. That one falls. Great setup by Doncic. Doncic has got 3 assists in the game.
Well, Anthony Edwards with that frame on the interior, such a tough check.
Chicago trails by 8. And here's Portis. Back to Payton. Up and over Doncic. Oh, yes. Slip turnaround.
He's a producer. It's part of their plan to get him as many touches as possible.
Here's Irving. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
Well, this is one of the best in the league at converting off contact. What body control by Kyrie Irving.
There's There's a minute 47 left in the opening quarter. Outside Payton. Portis with a screen on Doncic. Payton, no good. Chicago leading by 8. Irving for 3. Sinks the tray. Irving's got 5 now.
They've played with fantastic energy from the opening tip.
Well, you set the tempo early, and when you get command and control of the game, it's perfect.
Here's Payton. They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
To the inside. And no good. Good work defensively by James. To the paint. It's tipped. Edwards, a pass to Doncic. Back to Edwards. Kicks it to Doncic. Three-pointer. The rebound by Payton. Chicago trails by 11. Parker outside. Jacks up a 3. Nice start for him. Sinking his first shot.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
44 seconds left now in the first quarter. Here's Irving. And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
Come on, that is remarkable work from Kyrie. Ridiculously crafty at how he gets into the defense and draws the foul.
Cole Anthony, he's checked in for Chicago. Now here's Parker. Let's go with a 3. Another 3 for Chicago.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
That's the shot you hope for. Right at the rim. Just couldn't capitalize.
It goes on Cole Anthony.
The defense there doing whatever they can to protect the rim.
At the line for your home team.
Good on the second one. Rose outside. Indeed, they're going to look at it again. They need to be certain he beat the buzzer.
And there's really plenty of time.
The previous play is under review.
Sure, the right call was made.
The ruling on the floor is confirmed.
And they've gotten enough looks at it. The basket will not count. The quarter ended before he got it off.
That was a great idea to give it a second glance. The replay system is available, so you've got to utilize it.
Derrick Rose has been leading the charge for Chicago. 8 points in the quarter, showing how effective he can be. And more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way right. If you're just joining us, we played through one quarter in this one. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Chicago.
Well, it's all fast break points. Those easy buckets, they are so hard to come by in the NBA. So if you get a chance to run, you have to take advantage of it.
The other thing they've done a great job of so far is getting offense off of their defense, forcing turnovers, then quickly converting.
On the court for Chicago, we've got Colin Sexton. Kevin Durant is out there with Wembanyama. Then there's Derrick Rose, and it's Morris in at the small forward position. Chicago trails by 9. Well, when you talk about the most underrated players in the league, Doris, Sexton has to be in the conversation.
Well, let's begin with the fact that he's an absolutely fearless scorer, a tough competitor, an improved facilitator. There's grit, determination. He's willing to get into you defensively. He is somebody that will compete on the defensive end. A swat by Porzingis, that wingspan, letting you know he's in the house.
Pass to Parker. Now here's Porzingis. Over Wembanyama. Operating inside. Porzingis. Chicago leading by 5. Rose left side. The kick out to Morris. Takes a three. Kept alive. Outside Sexton. Morris finds Sexton. Shot clock at 6. Goes up again. And Rose with the layup. Rose has got 12 points in the game.
Well, you love to see Derrick Rose from the guard position make himself a factor on the glass and finish. That is nicely done.
Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Chicago with the ball. Parker passes to Parsons. Porzingis with it. Pass to Pierce. And the foul called on Victor Wembanyama. That's his first foul. Robinson, he's checked in for Chicago.
Team foul. Substitution on the court.
Payton passes to Pippen. Here's Pierce. Checked by Sexton. Pierce can't get to it. And so it's Rose with it. He brings it up for Chicago. They've led by as many as 11.
How about the body control from Rose? Took it right at the defender and got it to go.
Chicago making a switch here. Curry's checked in. Chicago trails by 9. Pass to Pippen. Here's Parsons. Inside. Here's Pierce. Some solid defense from Sexton. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Here's Curry. No good off the front rim.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
Pass to Parsons. Here's Parrish. With the 10-footer, and he hits the jumper.
But just always keeping his head up. Parsons finds a wide-open teammate.
Chicago leading by 7. And here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Curry's shot is off. Outside Payton. Pass to Pierce. Back to Payton. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Parsons. Here's Pippen. Off the mark there with a 3. Tries a 10-footer and misses it off the right side of the rim. Chicago trails by 7. Parsons, pass to Payton. Here's Parrish. Robinson defending. Here's Parrish. It's hauled in by Robinson. 1:09 left in the first half. Durant, pass to Robinson. Now here's Durant. He's covered closely. Morris outside. Got it from about 16 feet. Morris has got his first bucket in this one.
Well, it doesn't get much easier than that. Even a decent shooter is going to make that with no pressure.
They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
Outside Payton. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
That lack of defensive intensity is not going to stop a player of his caliber from scoring.
Doncic is checked in for Curry. Chicago leading by 6. 7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Doncic. Chicago with a rebound. Here's Petrovic. A deep three. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Petrovic has got 5 now. It'll count. It's good! It's good at the buzzer! Wow!
Makes his selection just in time. Well done.
Well, finishing quarters strong. Every coach preaches it. Nice work.
And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Chicago ahead. They lead by 5. And we'll be right back after halftime to get the third quarter underway. First half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. Boy, you look at Derrick Rose. What a contribution.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far, unstoppable.
They've got Bobby Portis, and it's Parrish in at the center, locking down the middle. And for Chicago, this is Wembanyama. Then there's Derrick Rose. Then it's Luka Doncic. And it's Edwards in at the 3 spot. Just 5 on the clock. Oh, it's blocked by Wembanyama.
With his length and energy, Wembanyama has the ability to be a game-changing defender.
Rose can't connect. Chicago trails by 5. Outside Peyton. Here's Parrish. Oh, a big finish with a one-handed jam.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, B.A.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use 2 hands next time. He knows where he is. Here's Rose. Lays it up and banks it in. Rose has got 16 points.
I'd say he gets on a roll, you better watch out. Rose is having a tremendous night. He's been relentless attacking.
Chicago with the ball. Here's Petrovic. He's got 5. Portis outside. Here's Peyton. Good D by Rose. Chicago leading by 5. Here's James. LeBron to the rim.
LeBron James leaves no doubt about that one. Punches it home as soon as he gets the opportunity.
Timeout called here. Chicago decides to talk it over.
And no doubt, coach wants them to improve their interior defense.
Right now, they're giving up way too many easy looks. That is a recipe for disaster.
For Chicago, Kevin Durant, he's checked in for LeBron. And Kyrie Irving is subbed in for Rose. Irving against Peyton. Here's Petrovic. Here's Parrish. Banked it in on the glass. Parrish has gotten 4 this quarter.
This guy is just working his tail off on the boards. You love the effort, love the energy.
Here's Irving. Behind the back and lays it in.
Gets in the paint and drains it. Kyrie Irving, show off that touch.
Chicago trails by 7. Payton with it. He's got 5. Pass to Petrovic for 3. The rebound by Victor Wembanyama. Petrovic has gone 2 for 7 from the field. Now Edwards. Oh, Edwards powers it home.
Oh, my goodness. The athleticism of Anthony Edwards on full display.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by in the second half. Doris, one of the most physical guards in the NBA, Anthony Edwards.
If you want to talk about a prototypical NBA body, it's Anthony Edwards. He's got size, strength, athleticism, but beyond that, he's so skilled. 3-level scorer, versatile on the defensive end, fearless when it matters. Anthony Edwards may be the next face of the league. Boy, Kevin Durant, the quick release and from distance.
We've got 1:55 left in the third quarter here. Pass to Parrish. Here's Petrovic. Launches a 3. Drills it from deep. Petrovic has got 8 points.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
And we've got a timeout called by Charles Lee. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. Parker, he's checked in for Chicago. And a new group getting ready for Chicago. Robinson, he's checked in for Wembanyama. LeBron comes in for Durant. Sexton's checked in for Doncic. And it's Derrick Rose in for Irving.
He just couldn't finish the job that time. And too bad, because it was a nice look.
Here's Parrish. It's rebounded by Anthony Edwards. Chicago leading by 7. Here's Rose. And once again, off the mark by Chicago. 1:14 left in the third. Pass to Parrish. Back to Payton. Parker with it. And here's Payton. 6 on the shot clock. It's hauled in by Robinson. Robinson's got his 4th rebound in this one. Sexton goes in. And he converts the layup. Sexton's got his first 2 points.
How about the timing? Could be the difference between an assist and a turnover. Nice delivery.
Chicago trails by 9. Now Payton. He's got 5. To the left wing. Here's Petrovic. It's good. Off the glass. 10 points for him.
Well, the problem is they haven't gotten production from any other spot, but right now this guy is cooking.
Rose, pass to James. Chicago with a rebound. And here's Parker. He has 7. Pass to Payton. Some solid defense from Sexton. And so it's Chicago closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. Great shot selection right now, keeping the game simple and getting high percentage looks. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this. With 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store. Chicago trails by 7. Pippen into the 3 slot. Doncic against Parker. Pass to Parrish. It's stolen by Irving. In transition. And he lobs it up top. Back to Morris. Takes a 13-footer. Parrish with a rebound. Parrish has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Pierce, the pass to Pippen. Here's Parsons. Here's Parrish. He's shooting the ball well. He's 5 for 9 in the game.
I'll tell you, sometimes it's easier to hit the target with a bounce pass. That's perfectly done.
And it's Irving off the drive. That one falls. Great setup by Doncic.
Kyrie Irving has such a tight handle that regardless of what's in front of him, he will get past you and get to the cup.
And we played through about a minute here in the fourth. Pass to Pippen. Here's Parsons. To the middle. And there's a 3-second violation. Chicago leading by 7. Here's Irving. Hey, hangs it midair and converts the double clutch layup.
Boy, looked like the D was going to get to that shot, but what a job he did to change his release and get the lay-in.
Timeout, Bulls. Chicago making a switch here. Morris is checked in. Derrick Rose, he's checked in for Chicago. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
I was able to listen in on what Chicago's coach was going over with his team. He seems pretty disappointed with the three-point shooting, telling his crew we have to start making more outside shots. I want to see more threes out there. Let's get aggressive. Coach is hoping some big production can make a splash for them.
As always, Allie, we thank you. Here's Pierce. Pass to Parker. Now here's Portis. Here's Parrish. It's hauled in by Robinson. Durant, pass to Rose. Drives to the hoop. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
And it's the size and speed of Rose that makes him so tough to defend. He gets that step. You've got no option but to foul.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Chicago?
These guys have incredible stamina based on how they've been running the floor, using speedy transition play to get fast break points.
Another thing I thought they did well was pressure. They forced a ton of turnovers, turned those opportunities into points. You want to contest this guy's shot, but you absolutely don't want to send him to the line. He will make you pay.
Pippen. And once again, off the mark by Chicago. And Rose has got the ball here for Chicago. Chicago with a rebound. Portis has got 4 rebounds in the game. Chicago trails by 11. Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them. No debate there. He got hammered.
First personal foul. First team foul.
And he knocks down the first one. Shot's good from the strike. Over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. And he's going for the lob. It's tipped. Here's Petrovic. Payton up top, guarded by Morris. Payton, no good. Chicago leading by 9.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
A minute 58 left to play in the fourth quarter. Yeah, that one goes.
Boy, what a warrior Derrick Rose is. Guy gets buckets through contact out there, so tough.
We've got 1:55 left in the game. Portis with a screen on Rose. Pass to Pippen. Back to Payton. 5 to shoot. Out to the wing. Here's Petrovic. Gets the 3 ball to go.
This is as pure a shooter as there is. You've got to stay connected or it's a problem.
And we've got a timeout called by Charles Lee. He wants to make sure they're purposeful with the game plan. For Chicago, Wembanyama's checked in for Robinson. Edwards comes in for Morris. And Doncic has subbed in for Kyrie Irving. And count it! The shot is good, and he'll go to the line.
You can see the athleticism and toughness. Rose becoming exponentially more dangerous the closer he gets to the rim.
We played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Now here's Payton. Pass to Petrovic. Here's Pippen. Portis outside. Outside Payton. 6 to shoot. Back to Portis. Launches it. The rebound by Victor Wembanyama. Chicago leading by 11. Doncic passes to Wembanyama. Fires from deep. And it's Doncic missing. Fantastic ball movement for them tonight.
And things are definitely working offensively. A balanced attack is just so much harder to defend.
And so here is Chicago. They've allowed just 7 points here in the fourth. Here's Rose. That one falls. Great setup by Doncic. And Chicago leads by 13.
The way they dominated, they earned the dub tonight.
And they just went out and executed. Give credit to the coaching staff. They have to be thrilled with their level of play.
Doncic passes to Rose. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Doncic finds Rose. Picked it. Edwards for 3. And so Chicago takes the win. Boy, a nice win on the road. By the time this one was winding down, this building was stone cold silent.
And that's exactly
For Doris Burke, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, and all of our crew, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for watching this 2K Sports presentation of the NBA.